All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith, in truth, in sincerity, and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. Now, this lesson should be common sense, but it's written. And as a man who basically confided into a brother who I thought was a brother, and even though me and that brother cool now, hey, it was a learning experience. So this video is really more for like newer people who, just because a person say Shalom and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, don't make him a brother. Scripture said you gotta prove a friend and be not hasty to credit him. It's either Ecclesiasticus 6 and 7 or 7 and 6. But it said, consult not with one that suspect of you, which means a person who don't trust you. To sound like common sense, right? And hide your counsel from such as envy you. Sound like common sense, right? But as the world said, actually, I can't even say as the world says, a saying in the world, common sense is not that common. Also 1 Corinthians 2 and 14, it said that the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit. See, this thing right here is discernment, spiritual discernment, all right, and wisdom. So it said, neither consult with a woman. Like, you should never, ever be trying to receive counsel from a woman, touching her of whom she is jealous. All right. So you ain't supposed to be trying to, talk to a woman about a woman that she don't like. All right. And it says, neither with a coward in a matter of war. Common sense, right? Why are you going to be talking to a person that's a scaredy cat about some war? Nor with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with a buyer of selling. He's a buyer. He's not a seller. What are you talking to him about selling stuff for? Nor with an envious man of thankfulness. All right. So as it continues, it's talking about the opposite. All right. And it says, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness. All right. So why would you talk to a grimy dude about kindness? Nor with a slothful for any work, nor with the hireling of a year. A hireling is a person that's temporary. You know what I'm saying? He just worked for his dollar and he moving on. So it said, not with a hireling for a year finishing work, nor with the idle servant of much business. Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel. All right. So you should know who to talk to. That's the point. Verse 12 is going to explain. But be continually with a godly man, whom you know is to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to your mind, and will sorrow with you if you shall miscarry, which means fail, make a mistake. Because the beautiful thing about the brotherhood, having people that's like-minded like you. So that's who you're supposed to be around. You're supposed to be around people like that. So, matter of fact, said, be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. So say if you are in a big camp, out of all those brothers, only one of them should be a person that you consult with. You can be in peace with many. The scripture said be at peace with all men. But you ain't supposed to be confiding and telling people your secrets and getting all deep with people. Be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. All right. So in my walk in the beginning, I told a brother who I thought was a brother about secret things, and he ended up throwing it in my face in the end. So like I said, this video is really more for newer brothers, but also this video should be edifying, period, because as we get closer to the end, you got to really watch who you talk to and watch your surroundings. The scripture said, be circumspect because the days are evil. So what was that, 37:37, I think. Yep, mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. And the scripture said you should know the truth and the truth should make you free. When you free, you at peace. You know, we're not at peace physically, but spiritually and mentally, yes, because we have the truth. We understand why we go through the things we go through. We understand why the world is the way that it is. We also understand that we got an expectation if we endure to the end. So you're supposed to mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. All right. So when you see a man of understanding, that's a person that you're supposed to model yourself after. So if you're a person who love Apostle Ramlab or Apostle Tahar or Gabar or Rakah, like those are the men you're supposed to model yourself after. The Lord have put men on the earth that you can model yourself after. Ain't none of us perfect, but hey, that man that you look up to on the earth, because we all supposed to be looking up to Yahweh Shai, that is the standard. But the Lord, through Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, sent men on the earth, all right, as the head. So, and this video ain't meant to be long, just some, just some little bit of wisdom. And I live this. That's why I can speak on it. Like I've been through this before. So it says, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape you. And if you see a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let your foot wear the steps of his door. All right. So the men that you watch, like, so people who don't have the benefits of being in a camp or going to a camp that's in your city, or maybe you're too far away. The way that you can, do this in the spirit is by doing this. So it said, hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. So you got videos. And one thing about Great Millstone, all day, every hour of the day, diligent, in season, out of season. So hear instruction, be wise and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. That's how you do it with the videos. See, one thing that I always tell people, especially on the highways and byways, so if anybody come up and it look like they getting it, I always ask them, do you have a phone? Because here's the thing. You can hear this word right now, walk down the street, forget everything that we talked about, because, life still goes on. You can be excited about the word, go home, say if you got a woman or something, you go home to her, y'all get into a big argument and stuff like that. Everything that you heard about the word today, they ain't in your mind right now. So that's why you got to constantly be fed. That's why Yahweh Shai told Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep. So the way that you do that, if you don't have the ability to make it to a camp, is watching the videos. So it said, for whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul, and they that hate me love death. So, like I said, video wasn't going to be long, but I just wanted to put that out there, is that, watch who you talk to. You should only have but one counselor. And just because a person say Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and Shalom, don't mean that person is a brother. And it also don't mean that you need to be talking to him on an intimate level. Because this truth, matter of fact, let me back it up real quick with this one. A classic. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. So guess what? You will tell a brother about something, and then he will use that something that you told him against you when it's time to bring it out on you. You be like, wow. You would have never thought, huh? So this truth is no game. You got to have spiritual discernment in all aspects. And even though I am a man who is outgoing, especially to brothers who I perceive as brothers, and I hope that I don't get biting ass. But I've been through this before, so my guard is up more. And I also treat every brother with respect, because you don't know who that brother may be. But you got to use all things. You got to just basically be spiritual in everything that you do, as my elder told me. So, so hopefully this video is edifying. Hopefully it helps somebody in the future, right now, and so on. Shalom.